I have been waiting for this game for a long time. This is Infinitory. It's a factory building automation game with survival defense style elements. This is a very, very early version of the game, but I think what's here is really, really interesting and pretty darned promising. So, we land that rocket thing, and it turns into the HQ, which comes with a couple of resources, sort of straight off the bat. There's a lot of text here, which is clearly going to get filled in. Basically, just ignore that throughout the duration. Right, I have got some buildings down here, and in fact, we've got lots more factory buildings that we are going to be utilizing over the course of time. We got a little bar up at the top here. Enemies are going to start to arrive when this bar reaches the top, so we've got to be mindful of that. Now, there's some iron around, there's some coal around, there's copper, some desert rocks as well. There's some gold over there, and then there's some sulfur over here as well. There's also dense metals. Okay, that's fine. We can work with this. That is absolutely grand. So, what do I want to do? First things first, we are going to get ourselves a miner down over here. Excellent. That's good. So this is going to allow us to extract some iron ore, which is grand. I need to basically make some of the basic components. So if we can try and make these iron plates, I guess, then that would be great. So we've got the miner down. The miner is doing miner things. We're going to get a smelter down over here, which is grand, and we're going to get some belt to link it up. I really like the way that the belt feels. I love the way that the belt looks. It's really, really satisfying. At the moment, we are gonna just do iron ore into iron ingot, which I think is exactly what we are after. And then right over here, we'll maybe do something like that. We will get ourselves, I think it's called a transformer. It's basically an assembler. We have a couple of different options at the present moment. What we are going to choose is this. I think iron plate is exactly what we would like, and we will get that fed into the headquarters building over there. And that's not bad. That is at least all we need to do in order to get the very most basic stuff done. I think I'd like to get at least one more route. Yeah, something like this. Let's maybe leave a little bit of a gap. Another one over there. Can't make it... Whoops. Can't make it... yeah, that's fine. Can't make it right next door because otherwise we'll struggle with the angle, but that's okay. Into there. And, yep, the angle is a little bit janky here, but you will do it. There we go. That's what I'm after. And we'll get this connected up as well. Beautiful. Right. Iron ingots... looking good. Now, I've not talked about the defense style element of this this game yet, because, quite frankly, we can't. Well, not yet anyway. But we... Oh, there, that... Yes? That's really weird. Okay, so there's an elevator system in this game as well. There's like an element of verticality. I don't know... It's page up, page down. That's quite sensible. Okay, so yeah, we can have elevators that go up, that go down, around. Okay, I'm very, very interested in that. This is obviously a completely inefficient system. It's absolutely ridiculous, to be honest with you, but it's okay. Do I want to get more... There's quite a lot of stuff here, actually. What do I want? What do I want? I am not sure. We'll get iron rods. I think that will at least keep us good. I can't actually tell what any of these buildings cost at the present moment. That is something that is not currently in the game, but that's okay. The miner costs structural cubes, plates, and some copper wire. Okay, let's maybe see if we can try and get some copper wire set up. So I think we're going to have to get the same setup over here. Gonna have to get one of these. Nice. There we go. Looking good. Let's get a little bit of copper ingot smeltery action on the go. And then we'll get this over here. Now, I can get more buildings. At the moment, they're just all available here. So if I go into logistics, for example, we can get a storage box. What I really would like to do is control and then 5 for the storage box. Yes. Excellent. And I wonder, if I put them right next to one another, is that going to allow me to just immediately yoink it out? I certainly hope so. Okay, iron wire. It looks like the wire is the same at the present moment. Let's have a little look. If copper wire... Yep, copper wire is exiting this building, and it is just chilling inside that storage facility. Very nice. Okay, that is cool. Anything else that we really need to get done immediately right now? What else have we got? We got a power tower. Description for power tower. Lorem ipsum. Who knows? A fuel generator, a coal generator, and a power tower. Plus, we've got all of the defensive capabilities over here. Also, we need pipes in order to build any of these. It's probably worth us getting some pipes, I would imagine. But yeah, defensive stuff, we are going to get defensive stuff, and it is going to become even more important when we get... there we go. Get you and you down. Yeah, important, very important that we have the resources needed for the defensive stuff. Because, look, you can see I'm actually out of resources. I'm out of the ability to build pipes, and that is a problem. Let's maybe change that around, see if we can change this recipe then, because I do not have... Not on receipt. Excuse me? Not on receipt. What does that mean? Oh. That's an iron rod. Iron pipe is plates. Oh, I see. Okay. Well, let's get a little bit of a... Let's get a splitter. Get a splitter here. Beautiful. And then another transformer right there. Yeah, we'll just connect it right up. And then I'll try and get a... Beautiful, a thingy in there. And then here, we will go iron pipe from iron plates. And that will hopefully be enough to at least get me a few pipes, which is what we need in order to get smelters up and running. The other thing that I needed to get sorted was these structural cubes. I don't know what they're called. They're... What are they? Let's have a little look. Iron structure. Okay. There you go. And they seem to be slightly more convoluted to get because we need to go ingot to rod, rod to structure. Is that maybe something that I want to do over here? I think it is. Now that I've got a few more pipes, or will have a few more pipes in just a second. Also, let's go into 2 times speed just because we can. I don't think anything has happened yet. We will see... Uranium node? Okay, I'm interested. We will see when the enemies start coming at us. There's not a hive on the map quite yet. We'll see when that happens. I'll keep you in the loop, but it's not happened yet. But I think they spawn on these like plateaus. Now I think at the moment technically there's no real reason that I can't build on top of the plateaus, but I suspect in the future that might be different. Right, let's get this to here. There we go. And then let's get the wires just into the HQ, which is looking pretty darn good. Let's get a smelter. You know what? I'll just bang it down right next to the mine. I think we can support the... Yeah, we can absolutely support the output of just a single mine in a single smelter. So absolutely no reason not to do that. And then from there, we get a transformer. Punt it down right there like so. Looking good. Feeling very good. Feeling very, very good, in fact. Belting is a very, very satisfying process, which is always, for me, like a real bellwether measure of whether or not a game is going to be a good factory builder. Does it feel satisfying to place the belts? And I can tell you, it does. It absolutely does. Right. So... Here we're going ingot to rods. We want to go rod to structure. And it's quite a lot. quite a lot of rods. That's okay, though. Do I want a buffer? I think I kind of do. It's a little bit of a higgledy-piggledy journey that we're going on here, but we are going to utilize the entrance to the HQ over here, which I didn't really think we would need to do. I'm also not entirely sure what the maximum number is of the maximum number of resources that we can actually have before the video game starts being upset at me. Either way, not too displeased with how that's looking. Smelter, smelting at a decent rate. Transformer, transformering at a fairly decent rate. I have got plenty of wires. I mean, loads and loads of wires. If I do need to, I can always delete or disconnect this belt. Absolutely no issues at all. I want to get some verticality into this factory. If I can use some elevators, that would be real nice. Power. A power tower. Not sure what this does. Ooh, okay. There's like an output. There's a power output at the top of my factory here. Oh. Spawner activity detected. Aha. Okay. Pause. We have got... They're still moving. What are these little things? I don't know. They're like little alien-type creatures, you know, from the movie. Either way, this is a spawner. It's a level 4 out of 20. There's also a nice little tooltip. Note to the developer to do make this nicer. I'm sure it'll be getting nicer over the course of time. Now, everything does have an HP value. I also want to see defense. We have got a turret here, and I want to deploy this turret. We're going to deploy this turret here. We're going to deploy the sort of lowest level type of turret. I'm also, in the short term anyway, going to deploy a transformer, and I am going to... it's a bit of a cheaty. It's a bit of a cheaty solution, but I am going to do it for now, just to test if it works. Because, yeah, we can basically generate iron spikes in the transformer. Do I want to do that, or do I want to... You know what? No, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, we can effectively generate spikes in the transformer. Whoops. That maybe cost me. Yeah, we can generate spikes from the transformer, which is fine, but I will try and do it legit. I will try and do it legitly. So what's the route for that? Iron spikes, literally from iron ingots. Okay, fine. Anyway, I'm not gonna spawn them in illegally, even though I could. We've already got a miner there. If I can squeeze a smelter in here, then we will be golden. Let's do that right there, and then that over here. Now, I am pretty sure that we will be okay here, but we might not be. We might not be. Also, this is the lowest level of turrets. That may very well change. Oh, yep. This is looking good. Iron spikes coming through. Fantastic. Let's see. I hope this is going to work. I really hope it's going to work. There we go. There we go. We've got the spikes that are loaded in here. And fantastic. We're doing a fine job of pounding these enemies. Although, that being said, it's like they don't go down easily, do they? Yeah, I don't know how many... I don't know... I have no idea how many shots per spike we have. But it's probably something that we want to try and fix. This is probably not good enough. So I'm going to get another miner in here. Let's get a smelter that just bangs that through there. We need more structural cubes, and I have got no structural cubes right now. So we better hope that we have... We better hope that we have a good, strong turret here. Because otherwise we are going to be in trouble. And it looks like it's a consistent level of spawnage. Not to mention the fact... Yeah, there we go. We need one more cube. I also need more cubes for my defense turret here. Not liking my chances, to be honest. This is... Yeah, pretty problematic. Pretty problematic. You're just chilling out over there. You're going to destroy my conveyor belts. What if I destroy that there, and put a turret here? I mean, Can't really afford this loss, to be honest. Nah, not good, not good, not good, not good. Can I I have a couple of different options here. I don't really have the goods for basically anything. You need way more rods. We need way more rods. Right. Yeah, we could just be in trouble. We could just be in real trouble here. That is very frustrating. Does not really bode well. I mean, can I fix something? Can I fix something up here? We need so many rods for the structural components. And I gotta do this. I gotta do this. Yeah, okay. Well, we're gonna just try one last Hail Mary. Oh, that's such a kicker. Did not mean to delete that. If we change the recipe here and use the highly illegal... There we go. Dev, shoot spikes, etc. How about that? How about that? I'm not even sure that secures my prospects, to be honest with you. There we go. So we're able to pump out a little bit of free illegal ammunition. But you get immediately destroyed. Oh my giddy aunt. Wow. Okay, this is, yeah, not messing around. Not messing around at all. Okay, well, that's fine. Let's let these little gremlins get to my core. Technically, on a very technical basis, it's good to see what's going to happen here, because as soon as my HQ goes down, look at that. The rocket that we took off from ends up taking off. So that's kind of nice. Okay, let's roll it back. There is like a little upgrade tree here. It doesn't actually do anything at the present moment. There are different sort of tiers of technology, tactical protocols that you're going to be able to move out into. Also different areas, score factor modified, etc. Hostile density, severe, elevated, etc. We'll just run it back. We'll run it back. I want to see what is going to happen if we just simply... Thank you very much. If we just simply go again. Now, is there a spawner on the map? That is something that I don't think I have a definitive answer to. There might be one, but I just don't see it. Either way, definitely what I see here, very rough around the edges. But I gotta be honest, I'm quite excited about this game. I mean, even though this is clearly like early prototype version, it's still pretty darn good if I do indeed say so myself. I'm liking it. As I say, the belts, they're satisfying. They're really gosh darn satisfying. Right. So, I know what I want to prioritize this time. So, rods, immediately into rods. Yep. And then here, we're going to probably end up doubling this up at some point. So, you're going to do iron, you're going to do into rods, and then you're going to do iron rods into iron structures. We're probably going to get another route over here as well. I need to get pipes. Let's do pipes now. There we go. Nice smelter. Maybe I could get away with doing slightly fewer smelters. Now, there's not currently the ability to move buildings. I also should say, the reason why this is so darn difficult is if I delete a building, I don't get the resources back. I believe that is a change that is going to be made throughout the course of development. But at the present moment, it's really, really challenging. You know, if you do end up making a mistake, you're kind of screwed. You really are. Right, so that's what we're after. We'll get you in there. You in there. This is, you know, very visually unappealing, quite honestly. But I guess it'll work. Yep, iron plates into pipes. It's good. And then pipes into here. No. into here. There we go. That's a bit better. So where does that leave us with regards to resources? I still need to get structural cubes. I still need to get wires. Wires, yeah, they don't have to be done with copper, but they probably should be. What is that? That is copper. So what's the issue here? Ah, the issue is that we do not have enough wires. So there is a remedy for that. The remedy for that is to build temporarily iron wires. Whoops. Excuse me? We can't do this? Why not? Iron wires? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, build iron wires, at least for now. Delete this here. There we go. Do not delete that building. If I delete that building, I will be in a lot of trouble, a lot of pain. Yeah, so that will get us, I mean, a tiny bit of copper wireage, to be honest. Why do you want to go up? I don't want you to go up. That's what I want you to do. There we go. So, I need copper wires to the extent that I will be able to get a miner, which should not be very much. Get that over there. Then we'll get this into here. We will start the process of smelting copper ingots, which is great. That's very nice. And then here we need 26 wires, which will take a little bit of time from this transformer, but we should be okay. Now, any sign of any spawner activity yet? Maybe. I mean, usually the spawner activity happens when this reaches the end. But maybe I just missed it on the first roll around. I don't think there's an auditory warning, I believe. So that's a bit of a shame. Right, 7 out of 36. Flippin' heck, we need a lot of wire. We need a heck of a lot of wire. And unfortunately, there's not very much that we can do about that. Even if I was to delete stuff, it would make no difference at all. It would make no difference at all. But the real question is, aha, new spawner detected. So it is official. Okay, so it does happen. It does happen when I think it happens. We want to get some defensive capability over here. We know that the enemy are going to start attacking when the red bar ends up reaching the end there. I just need, I just, very embarrassingly, I need 36 wires. I do not have a choice. I mean, maybe I could do that. Would that make a difference? What if I did this? What if I did this temporarily, right? And then on the outputs, this might actually be the opportunity that we were looking for to test out the verticality of, there we go, rotate to there, yeah, and then up, good, and then across here, and down, okay. There's a little funk happening, but that's okay. That's absolutely okay. Yeah, I mean, can we do some iron rods? Something that takes iron rods, please. There we go. Take some iron rods, get rid of them. Great. And then let's instead do this recipe, which is exactly what we want, at least temporarily, just to give us a little bit more wire. Right, well, that was a bit of a roundabout way of going about getting things done, but that has secured us partially what we are after. So, you make rods. We do still need to get another one of these. Yeah, we need, I'd like to place you on top, to be honest. That would be pretty darn cool. That would be pretty darn cool. Let's get this over here. Let's get this up to here. And then I'd love to merge. Yeah, to be honest, I think I'm going to merge here, even though this looks horrific. It kind of is horrific. I'll grant you that. But we're not going to need that many, we're not going to need that many iron structures to be delivered. Either way, this looks kind of awful, but I kind of like it. I kind of like it. Right, so the spawner is going to be coming, enemies are going to be coming from this way. We're going to need to get at least two defensive operations up and running. That's great. I can handle I'm going to say I can handle that many miners. We're going to get a smeltery just outside the front, but I need a few more pipes. And in fact, I don't have any pipes being produced right now because this needs to be rerouted down to here. It's good. And then you need to hold on. Go back to making plates. That's what we're after. And then you already do pipes. And that should get us enough pipes to get the job done. One can hope anyway. There we go. Pretty consistent supply of pipes. Love to see it. So there's a little bit of time before the spawner activity truly kicks off. So that's fine. Let's get this into there. Let's get this into here. Nice. I love how the sort of splitters and the elevators and etc. I like how it all comes together. That is quite nice. Let's get this right on the backside here. And we're not going to do the cheaty spikes. We're going to do... Oh, what's the ratio here? Let me work out the ratio. So 5 to 1. 1 to 1. What's the ratio of 2 to 1? Okay, so it's about 1,000,000 times better to do iron ingots into iron spikes. Yeah. Into iron spikes. Sorry, into iron rods, and then iron rods to spikes. Yeah. So that is the issue. So it does take a little bit longer, but it's okay. So we'll go to here. Do I want to build... I want to build a splitter. I want to build a splitter right here. Yeah, perfect. So then we plumb this belt. Oops. Plumb this belt into the back there. Plumb you into there like so. And you into there like that. Okay, I think that's everything. So this is already feeling a heck of a lot better. Whether or not we're going to be able to sustain this, or I guess any level of output, I have no idea. But what do we need for... Hold on, let's do Control 5 so that I can get that in there. Power, I want to check this out in just a second. I don't know if it does anything, but we'll see. I'm going to check out this. I'm going to check out this. We're going to check out this. And I can build all of this stuff. But I don't want to necessarily build it quite yet. So that's fine. That's fine. We're about to face the enemy. We know that that's coming. This is looking great. Doesn't look like we are managing to keep pace. I mean... Yeah, weird. I guess my belts are not happening. Oh, no, it's not. It's the transformer here. It's the transformer that's doing the transforming into the iron rods that's not keeping up. Well, we can always change that if we need to. What do I need for a transformer or two? We have got the goods, so let's do it. Let's destroy this here. Let's destroy this and reshape this area. And then, yep, we just do... I mean, I don't really want to do that, but that's kind of what I do want to do, you know? Right, so splitter. Yep. Looks good. Looks good. Yep. And then we do transformation into iron rods. Transformation into iron rods from ingots. And then back around. Oh, am I out of plates? I do seem to be out of plates. Why am I out of plates? We're getting more. It's just taking a little bit of time. Right, new spawner detected. Oh, another spawner? That's new. Right, well, you're about to start spawning enemies. And then, where were you? Where the heck was... The other spawner's over there. Okay, well, this could be the end of us pretty darn quickly, eh? I do have some things there already, so we're kind of set up. I need... There we go. 16 bits of plate. That's perfect. Right, have we got anything in absolute abundance. We got a lot of pipes. We got a lot of pipes. Here's what I can do. Let's... I don't even have the resources to build a splitter, but that is perfect. So half of my output of plates from here is now going to go straight across. That's quite nice. That is very nice. New spawner activity detected. Yep, it's you over there. That's kind of what I expected to see happening. What am I going to do next? Let's see. Light turrets. You know what? I'm going to do something. Just to be on the safe side. Build that there. Yep. Okay. Rotation kind of breaks sometimes depending on where you're looking at it from. Light turret. What do I need? I need four more bits. It's fine. So, I think as long as we have sort of like a critical mass to take care of enemies, I think we'll be alright. We should have resources coming through here quite quickly. There we go. That's looking good. And so yeah, you start spawning at level 4. And you are at level 1. And that's fine. You're just going to chill there for now. So I think this is just going to be perpetual enemies facing us. Not something that I'm exactly thrilled about, but yeah, you know what? Ooh, do not destroy that. Destroy all this, though. There we go. Destroy these cactuses, plants, etc. I need to make way. I need to make way for progress. Heavy turret. I would love a heavy turret. I would really like a heavy turret. Rapid fire. Don't care about the anti-air. You know what? I'll build 2 of these. I'll build 2 of these light double barrel turrets. How's this looking? Good. Very, very good. Okay. I think we can clearly handle some more pressure. I need more structural cubes. Is there an issue with structural cubes coming through? No, it just takes a long time to get the required number of iron rods, and I wonder if maybe I can do something about that. Yeah, I think I'm going to need to get another one of these setups here. I mean, literally just a carbon copy of that on this iron node. That would sort me right out. The good news is, at least it's working. The defenses are working. That is level 2. I am going to need to worry about how I handle that. Do I maybe want to do a sort of Factorio style thing where I just have a ridiculously long belt that supplies everything? I'm actually beginning to think that might not be the craziest idea. That will require 150 plates, though. That's a lot of resources. That is a lot of resources, and I don't really have a lot of resources right now. But we kind of have to try. I mean, it's either structural cubes that we're having issues producing, or it's, well, everything else. You're level 2. That's fine. The good news is the enemies are not getting past this point. We got plenty of ammo. I think I'm going to elect to do the big long route. The big long ammo route. Yeah. I think it's a bit easier. It also makes the sort of conversation a lot easier about what I do next in terms of build-outs. Because I think I just very simply do one of these. I do, well, one of these as soon as I possibly can. And then we basically just get more plates, slam them into the HQ. I think the takeaway from this should be, if you can build more plates, then just flip and do it, because they will end up, coming in super handy. I can absolutely see what the developer wants to do, by the way. This idea of scarcity, definitely something that I'm vibing with. Things should not be easy on this barren landscape. Like, I don't know. I want to see a challenging factory building game. Right, we are still level 2. I don't think we're at any huge risk just yet. But that risk is building. Don't get me wrong. That risk is building. If I can get just a few more resources moved over here, though, that is going to be great. A few more plates. Plates go a long way. Lovely. Get that stuff all removed. Fantastic. And then, what did we need for the smelter? We still need more structural cubes. Gosh darn it. Okay, enemies are starting to either speed up or I'm starting to slow down. There's stuff happening. What's... I completely forgot to connect this up. That is embarrassing. That needs to be done right now. Get that done. There we go. Good. I still... Yeah, ammo-wise, we're still okay, but obviously better if we don't end up running out of ammo. But that will definitely help the supply shortage. Yeah. Cool. Right. Keep going. We're almost there. We are actually shockingly close to being there. Very, very close. Right. We can only go to that point. That's fine. We know that the level 3, it's going to happen as soon as this hits. That's okay, though. We're actually prepared for this. Yeah. It's going to be a bit rough, though. It's going to be a bit rough. There we go. One more. So it's 4 bits of belts, or 4 bits of plates, in order to progress the belt 1 slot. What level are you now, by the way? You're level 6. Oof. That is an oof. That is an oof. Can we build our smelter? I mean, I can. And honestly, I kind of think that I want to build a smelter here. Ammo has gone from my lowest priority objective to, hate to say it, the highest priority objective. There is no reason that we should not be focusing on ammo right here. So, yeah, I think that will make a difference. Good. Make sure that's set up properly. It's a merger. It needs to be a splitter. Spawner activity detected? Yeah. Okay. I take it back. I take it back. Just forget everything else. Just get this sorted. And then, what do I need? I need just a little bit more. Let's get a splitter here. Good. And how many bits of belts? 2 more bits of belt. That's 8 more sheets. Oh, you're gonna do the jerk thing and go up the side of the cliff. Well, that's not cool of you to do. Right. Well, at least we've got 2 double-barrel turrets. This is getting painfully close, honestly. Painfully close. Also, I have done... This is so stupid here, what I've done. This is absolutely ridiculous. Right, that needs to get removed. We need to pause. We need to go for a splitter. This is... Video game does not even know which way it wants to go. I don't know which way it wants to go, to be honest. I don't know which way I want to go. What I do know is that we need to split here. That is important. You gotta come down. But we need more belts. We need to merge. We need to merge here. Right? Yeah, we need to merge there. And then we need like a few more bits of belt in order to... Why on earth I wanted to squeeze this all onto one belt, I have no idea. This seems totally suboptimal. But... There we go. Good. Is that gonna work? Probably not. I feel like that's not really a great way of doing things. And yeah, are we running out of ammo? We are pretty darn close. We are pretty darn close running out of ammo. I need 18. 18 and a structural cube. That is a joke. That is a joke. That is a lot of resources that I need. And we don't really have them. We do not really have them. We are going to take damage on our single turret here. Single barrel turret. Yep. Oh, that is nasty. That is nasty. Enemies are over there getting slightly closer. I mean, I don't think the going is very. It's gonna get better for us, to be honest with you. I think this is just. It's just straight up not. Yeah, we're just in trouble yet again. Goodness gracious me. Look at the speed at which they're coming at me. Holy cow. That's kind of crazy, actually. Like a bunch of zombies that don't make any noise. Oh, well. Oh, very good. Well, you know what? You know what? Feels good. It actually feels really, really good to lose. This is very, very satisfying. I do actually feel, like, weirdly, right? I feel like it's actually quite well balanced. For such an early version of the game, this does feel, it feels very, very tough, but very, very doable. My HQ is 250 HP. Is that the same as it was last time? I think that might be the same as it was last time. Right, we're gonna run it back one more time. I think that I can do ever so slightly better, but I do need to optimize things perfectly this time. Is it gonna work? I don't know. I mean, defensive areas. Maybe I should be up a mountain. Maybe I should start up there. I feel like the answer is probably staring me in the face. Yeah, I don't like the idea of just going in the center here. I also feel like there will be walls. You know, like walls will be a really important aspect of the game. Also, 100%, I'm all in on the ratio game here. So we need to make sure I've only got, here we go, plates. That's all that I'm after. We do that into there. Great. And yeah, this feels like an unnecessary thing to do right now. I will get a merger. Yep. And then I will just merge into the back of it. Okay, so that is plates. That is all that we need to worry about for plates. That is plenty of plate production. It should give me basically enough. Right, next I need to get pipes. Pipes are this, and then this. Really should not be building them next to one another. That is absolutely bad form. Nope. That needs to change. Yeah, absolutely bad form to be building next to one another. But I'm just trying to build... I'm trying to build something that is really quite efficient. Right, then we're going to go here. Build this way. I think I only need one real thing to do with copper. Then you can go... Why can't I build you? Oh, I need one more bit of iron. You can get changed over to... You can get changed over to that temporarily. That's fine. Yeah, so I need some pipes. The pipes will happen. Yes. Iron plates to pipes. That's the wrong one. Why is that set up incorrectly? It should be iron to plates. Plates to pipes. Good. That is much better. And then, yeah, we'll get one of these over here. That's good. And then that will do copper pipes for us. I'm really trying to get as much plate action as I possibly can, as early as I possibly can. That is I think the key. So we get that there. We go here into here. Great. We go copper ingots. And then we get copper ore. So I've not really come across any real sort of solid needs for storage yet. That is not super obvious to me. It might, that might develop. It has not developed quite yet. So I need to get structural cubes sorted. Let's think about this. I want to get that there. I want to smelt. Yeah, we just smelted source. I think smelting at source is far and away the easiest way of doing things. And what is the recipe for plates? It's rods. So, yeah, ores into rods, and then... So we need multiple setups like this that are making... Let's just do it with one first. That's probably a sensible thing to do. Yeah, multiple setups like this that are just going to straight up make rods from the ingots. Beautiful. There's a little bit of a backlog there. That's fine. And then we will feed into one single machine, which will make the structural stuff for us. Great. Iron structures. That's fine. And then we will connect that all back to a merger here. And that will go... I want to bring it this way, and that way. Okay. Wow. We are fine. We are fine for now. Has the thingy triggered yet? I don't think the thingy is triggered yet. I don't think it has. It has. Thank goodness I noticed. Okay, so there's a mob spawner right over there. Are you gonna... You're gonna 100% go up this... Or gonna try to go up this mountain. I want to see if I can try and beat you to your own game. That's what we're going to try and do. Right. Here's the plan. Here's the plan, folks. We're going to go... I'm thinking maybe I immediately start going to the double barrel turrets here. Yeah, try that. So that's good. So we got the structural cubes coming through here. That's nice. I want to use verticality to my advantage here. So we want to go down. We're obviously going to tap that. Yep. Keep going. Down into there. Amazing. Iron. It works perfectly. Works like an absolute dream. Structural cubes. We're going to go and do ores into rods. Yep. And then we're going to do another one as soon as I have that secondary structural cube, which should just be coming down the mountain right now. We'll get that second one set up to do... Come on. There we go. Where is it? Yeah, rod spikes there. Perfect. Nice. So, if I'm able to go up here, that would be absolutely ideal. Sure, I'm happy to go up. New spawner detected? Where are you? You're all the way over there. That's fine, because we'll just build something over here. There's no walls in the game yet, as far as I'm aware. Obviously, not ideal. I would love it if there were walls. But there's not. So, we're going to split. We're going to split here. And... We're going to go there. We're going to go there. Nice. And then I'm going to get a third turret at some point later on. But for now, you guys better come this way. If you don't, and if you try and evade me... Oh, okay. So the interesting thing is, looks like they can't go around this deep pit over here. There we go. It's silent. Yeah, not making any noise, but... Whatever, it's working. It's doing its thing. That's great. So, let's not worry. Let's not worry. There we go. Nice. Let's not worry about how this works. So that's a good ratio here. Copy that and get that into there, and then this. I don't need that. I don't need a vastly complicated system. I just need a merger right in there, and then that goes in there. And then that should be enough, right? That should be enough to work just fully. Make sure that that's set to iron. Great. Nice. So, the next thing that we're going to try and do... I need more structural cubes. Flippin' heck. I always need more structural cubes. I need more of these rods as well. You know what I think I want to try and do? You're not going to start spawning for a little while. Where are you? You're here. I say that you're not going to start spawning, but you will start spawning at some point. And that is going to be deeply problematic for me. And I don't currently have a way of rectifying that. Also thinking maybe I've overproduced on the plates this time. Also, scrap that. Maybe I haven't. Maybe what I really need is one of these bad boys. And then to just drag a branch. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, that doesn't even take out... That doesn't even use all of my plates. Okay, that's good, but it does mean that I need to supercharge... there we go. Does mean that I need to supercharge my production of ammunition, because otherwise we are going to be having massive ammo issues. Besides, the amount of ammo that this setup is going to consume is, you know, it's only going to increase. It's only going to get more. So let's stay on top of that, and let's see what we can do about it. Do I want to do anything? I mean, power towers, coal generators. What does this do? I have no idea. I want to experiment with it. I just can't. I just cannot at the present moment. Right. So I think a splitter right here would not go amiss. And then we just, oops, bang that into there like so. And then here comes the ammo. It is on a very long delay, which is a bit frustrating, but that's life, I'm afraid. That is life. Either way, this is looking good. This is looking good. We're getting good value from this setup. This setup, however, I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. We'll have to wait and see, I suppose. Let's also get another... Yeah, we're going to get another one of these ammo routes, I think. Forget ammo routes for now. I need to get more structural cubes. And these structural cubes need to help make more structural cubes. I need like 6, 7, 8. I need like 8. I need 8 structural cubes in order to build this setup of miner smelter transformer. And we can make that happen. We can absolutely make that happen. The fact that we're holding these suckers off at the moment, it's great. It's really good. I would love if I had like walls or something, but I don't. I don't have walls. I suppose I could build expensive things. Power tower. I want to build a power tower, but I just fear that it might... there we go. I fear that it might end up not being super useful. Am I also going to have to compromise my objectives and build a light double barrel thing here? I think I am. Better safe than sorry, eh? Oh boy, one of these might not even be within range. Screwed the pooch on that one, haven't you, Potato? Well, one turret should be enough to hold it off, and actually there's a little bit of variety, so they're both going to get both going to get a little bit of target practice, which is quite nice. Okay, I'm still going to wait for the 8 structural cubes. I think we just have to take the chance that we can hold off until we have the resources needed to get more structural cubes, because we just need to chance it. And I think we can. We need one more structural cube for this, and then yeah, we link it up. So a little pile of dead bodies over there, a little pile of dead bodies over there. You can see that the pile of dead bodies is slowly but surely getting closer. A very... Oh, they're respawning. Oh, these are like more evolved, bigger frog people? Oh, okay. That's not super hot. Also, we're out of ammo. We're out of ammo. We have not got the ammo. We have not got the ammo. We just do not have the ammo coming through here. Oh boy. Yes, continue to get stuck on the ledge. I don't know what's happening, but you're getting stuck on the ledge. That is great. That is satisfying. So this area is looking fine. I mean, now we need to just... I don't even know what we do. Can I do a... I don't even know. Can I do this? Can I do this? Can I do this? Yes. And then this? Sure. I'm gonna do it. I'm not above being a bit cheaty. I don't actually think. Excuse me? Yeah, see the rotation, that's rotating the wrong way. The rotation is a little bit janky. I'm sure that'll end up getting addressed. By some miracle, they've decided to cluster, and they're spawning. Okay, so the blue ones, I think, spawn more minions. I don't know how regularly that is, how regularly that happens, but they do seem to spawn... They do seem to spawn more minions. Right, well, if they're going to get stuck on that slope, that is honestly the best case scenario for me. I want to build a heavy rapid-fire turret. Oh! They're broken through. They're broken through. It's it's all over. It is all over. They're swarming at me. Okay. Yeah. And then once they're through into the ammo setup, there really is no saving it. Is there any other stuff that I want to... Fuel generator? I don't know. I don't know. Because we can do fuel into oil. We can make plastic. We get the barrel back. A gear set. A heat sink. An old battery. Iron spike, which is what we've got. A rod spike. I think it's the same thing. I mean, it looks visually to be the same thing. I think the old battery, I don't know if that has any impact. Look at this. They're all devouring the belt at the same time. Yeah. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. A little rough around the edges, and by a little rough around the edges, I mean a lot rough around the edges. But frankly, that's what an alpha version playtest should be. The most important thing here, look at this, it's not even alpha, it's a pre-alpha playtest, literally the core gameplay loop. I gotta be honest, I am tremendously excited. Obviously, very, very early stage, but, you know, I showcase games like this all the time. Get subscribed if you're not subscribed already. Tier 1 only, no power system, no construction drones, etc. I can't wait. I cannot wait at all for this game to come to fruition. It is going to be fantastic when it does, because I think the foundation is really, really strong, and I want to see more. I'm already keen to see more. Anyway, folks, Infinitory. Thank you ever so much for watching. I've been Orbital Potato. I'll catch you next time. Bye.